the greatest war film ever made, a 27-minute opening that traumatized an entire generation, and a story of sacrifice so powerful it made grown men weep in theaters. In 1998, Steven Spielberg didn't just recreate D-Day, he forced audiences to experience the horror, chaos, and heroism of war like never before. Spielberg delivered a masterpiece that changed how we understand the cost of freedom. These are the cinema secrets you missed in Saving Private Ryan. Number 1. The real-life Nyland Brothers. The movie is based on the real-life Nyland brothers who hailed from Tonawanda, New York. All 4 served during World War II, with 3 believed to have died in combat. After their reported deaths, Frederick Nyland was sent back to the USA, where he completed his service at home. The word believed is important because it was later revealed that one brother had been taken to a prisoner camp in Burma. Edward was a Japanese POW eventually liberated in 1945, living until age 71, while Frederick lived until 63. The other 2 brothers are buried at Normandy Cemetery, alongside the soldiers who lost their lives on D-Day. Preston was a lieutenant who stormed the beach, while Robert was part of the Airborne Division. Spielberg changed the names so the film wasn't beholden to exact truth, but the emotional core remained authentic. Number 2. The opening cemetery clue. The film begins with an elderly man and his family visiting Miller's grave at Normandy Cemetery. We're meant to believe this is Miller himself, but there's a clue to his identity from the very start. On his jacket, there's a pin from the 101st Airborne. If you know military insignia, you know who this guy is immediately. The reveal only works because most audiences aren't watching for those details in the opening moments. Number 3. Veterans couldn't handle watching it. The movie's accuracy to the time caused serious issues for real-life veterans. This got to the point where the Department of Veterans Affairs set up a support line for traumatized veterans who watched the film. According to IMDb trivia, the German actor who dubbed the elder Ryan was also a veteran of the Normandy invasion. He got to see the film and ended up dropping out of the dubbing process due to it bringing up so much trauma. Spielberg's commitment to realism created something so authentic, it became unwatchable for some who'd actually been there. Number 4. 17,000 bullet squibs in the opening. The devastating D-Day sequence used 17,000 bullet squibs to bring it to life. The effects team rigged rifles with special sensors. Upon being fired, this sent a signal to the squib, which then detonated to make it look like a realistic hit. Spielberg employed over 1,000 extras, with 30 of them being real amputees, which allowed it to seem like their limbs were blown off. Most of the others were members of the Irish Army Reserve. They even used 2 real World War II vehicles that were present in the actual conflict. This wasn't CGI magic, it was practical effects pushing the limits of what was possible. Number 5. Horvath's Tobacco Pouch Countdown. Tom Sizemore's Horvath chews tobacco throughout the movie, carrying a pouch that slowly empties the further they get into their mission. During his last stand, he takes the final bit out of the pouch and chews it before his character is killed. Subtly, it lets us know his time's counting down without anyone verbalizing it. It's a brilliant piece of visual storytelling that most viewers miss on first viewing. Number 6. Grand Thumb on Private Jackson. Private Jackson is the company's sniper, and throughout the film, you can catch a black mark on his thumb. This is a nod to injuries that soldiers used to get, a bruise caused when a digit got caught in the loading mechanism of an M1 Garand rifle. It came to be known as Grand Thumb, and Jackson's marked thumb shows he's been handling his weapon extensively. Number 7. Wade's canteen turns to blood. Spielberg employed incredible attention to detail in the background to show the dangers of war. Medic Wade's canteen gets shot, and you can notice water starts to spill out the back. This then turns into blood, showing he's been hit, but just hasn't realized yet. In another moment, they manage to stop bleeding on a soldier, who then takes a bullet to the helmet. Just before he's hit, you can see sand all over the helmet, which then gets completely knocked off by the bullet's impact. Number 8. Tom Hanks walked Omaha Beach. Hanks said it was horrendous to film. Though this was shot in Ireland, he eventually also filmed at the real Omaha Beach. Hanks walked from one end to the other, seeing if there was any sign of what had happened there. He found memorials scattered along the beach and stopped to read each one. At the end was a plaque on a concrete retaining wall, marking where Charlie Company of the Rangers had been. the same unit he was portraying. Hanks later said, "I just realized I was in a holy place." That reverence comes through in every frame of the opening sequence. Number 9. The barricades are crosses. The beach barricades in the opening sequence resemble crosses turned on their sides. They offer soldiers salvation and protection from bullets raining down from the towers. It's visual symbolism that reinforces the film's spiritual undertones without being heavy-handed about it. Number 10. Miller's shaking hand means PTSD. You might not realize they show things from Miller's point of view in the opening. We see through his eyes and hear him breathing. A cut line in the script revealed he suffers from PTSD, which is why we see his hand shaking when we first meet him. This detail carries throughout the film, showing the psychological toll of command and combat. Number 11. The Czech soldiers begging for their lives. As they reach the top of the beach defenses, 2 soldiers surrender, and the group shoots them. If you translate what they're saying, it's heartbreaking. Don't shoot. I didn't kill anyone. I'm Czech. Czechoslovakians and Polish people were taken prisoner and forced into the German army. It adds an extra gut punch because there's even the possibility Miller might have understood them. The film doesn't dwell on it, but the tragedy is there for anyone listening.
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying.
Number 12. Bryan Cranston cameo. When the condolence letters are being written, there's a brief shot of an officer coordinating the correspondence. And yes, that's Bryan Cranston years before Breaking Bad made him a household name. It's easy to miss, but once you know, you can't unsee it. Number 13. Matt Damon cast for his unknown face. Spielberg cast Damon because he wanted an unknown with an all-American look. He was cast before Damon won the Oscar for Good Will Hunting, but the film ended up releasing after he won. Edward Norton almost played Ryan but ended up doing American History X instead. When we finally meet Ryan, an American flag obscures his face in the doorway, preserving the mystery of his identity until the last possible moment. Number 14. The rest of the cast. Resented Matt Damon. The cast don't seem to like Ryan when they meet him, and this was somewhat true in real life. Most of them were forced through rigorous boot camps that took a toll on them mentally and physically, building genuine bonds. Damon was never made to do it. Spielberg wanted the resentment to come through in their performances, so when they finally meet him, that underlying tension is real. Number 15. Caparzo's letter. Symbolism. Vin Diesel's Caparzo is shot by a sniper and pulls out a letter he wants delivered to his father. This letter carries heavy symbolism. Everyone who holds it ends up being killed. It gets passed down the line from soldier to soldier. Wade rewrites it. Then it goes to Miller, with Rybin taking it out of his pocket at the end. None of them are asked to carry it on, but they do so out of duty to their brother. This shows how the group honors the fallen and continues their dying wishes. Number 16. The sniper shot through the scope. Jackson manages to kill the sniper with a scientifically accurate moment. The sniper first sees the flash, then hears the sound, because light travels faster. This is actually a homage to a later war story from Vietnam. U.S. Marine Carlos Hathcock apparently managed to shoot someone through their scope, and Spielberg added this tribute. They achieved this effect without CGI. They put gore on the lens with an air cannon pointing out the back of the helmet, making it look like the scope went up into the eye. Number 17. Ted Danson and Nathan Fillion cameos. The film is packed with surprising cameos. When they stumble across German soldiers, Ted Danson appears as a captain. They take prisoners to see someone who also has the name Ryan, and that's Nathan Fillion in an early role. These actors pop up so briefly that most viewers miss them entirely. Number 18. Wade's story about his mother. The scene that always devastates audiences is Wade talking about his mom coming home from work to check if he was awake so they could chat. Wade would lie there and pretend to be asleep just to avoid talking to her. He says he doesn't know why he did that, and it's something many people have done and regretted. In his final moments, he desperately cries out for his mother as he dies, wishing she was there to comfort him. It's the most emotionally devastating death in a film full of them. Number 19. The 2 morphine shots mean death. When Wade gets shot, he asks for 2 shots of morphine and the group hesitates. This is because it's well known the dose would be fatal due to how strong Syrettes were during World War II. One shot contained a strong dose, with 2 being administered for someone facing death. Wade is saying he knows he's going to die and just wants to pass as peacefully as possible. It's a mercy killing disguised as medical treatment. Number 20. Steamboat. Willie isn't Mellish's killer. One thing people often get confused about is thinking the soldier who stabs Mellish is the same actor as Steamboat Willie. They're played by different people, but the confusion comes from similar appearances and the fact that Willie later shoots Miller. The arc still works. Willie was supposed to be freed and hand himself in, but instead returns to kill the man who spared him. It's a brutal commentary on the randomness and cruelty of war. Which behind-the-scenes secret shocked you most? And does Ryan earn it by the end? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, earn this. Now, like, subscribe, and share before the next wave hits the beach. Thanks for watching.